Welcome back to the Runways to Raceways series. Today we're lifting off from Montreal and heading south to sunny Orlando, the home of the next big race. We'll be trading the cool Canadian skies for Florida sunshine as we make this exciting trip down the East Coast. For today's journey, we're flying aboard a Delta Airlines 737 MAX 8. This modern jet is known for its quiet, fuel-efficient engines, sleek design, and comfortable cabin, making it a great fit for this medium-haul route. Our flight time today will be just under 3 hours, cruising at 38,000 feet as we cover roughly 1,300 miles. Along the way, we'll pass over the northeastern U.S. before descending into central Florida, where the excitement of the race week awaits. So buckle in and enjoy the ride as we take you from runway to raceway.
It paints the sky, the waves are dancing, rolling by. The air is sweet, the breeze is light. We sway together day to night. Feel the rhythm in your bones, let it take you far from home. Every heart beats like a drum, under the sun where we belong. Trees whisper secrets slow, the ocean sings its ebb and flow. Our hearts are free, no chains, no ties. We live in colors, never shy. Feel the rhythm in your bones, let it take you far from home. Every heart beats like a drum, under the sun where we belong. No time to frown, the music lifts us off the ground. A melody to guide the way through endless nights and golden days. Feel the rhythm in your bones, let it take you far from home. Every heart beats like a drum, under the sun where we belong.
Either side of the aircraft. Keeping in mind that the overhead bin space is shared space, so if the bin directly above your seat is already full, please go ahead and utilize the next available space. If you brought in a second item with you, such as a briefcase, tote bag, laptop bag, backpack, you can go ahead.
Alright, welcome aboard everybody. This is 737 Delta Airlines MAX 8. We are just now getting pushed back from the gate as we wait for the tug to arrive and get us hooked up and pushed out of here. Today's flight we are expecting to be in the air for 2 hours and 55 minutes. Block time 3 hours and 23 minutes from gate to gate. We're going to be expecting flight level 380. We could have a step climb up to 390. However, 380 seems to be a little bit more favorable with the winds. As we come into Orlando this morning, weather does look good. We are expecting light winds into Orlando as we set up for runway 35 right. We have a total of 127 souls on board, and we are carrying with us 19,000 pounds of fuel. Cabin announcements are currently going on, and we will be getting our pushback here in just a moment, and we'll be taxiing over to our runway of 06 left.
East taxiway, South Apron, Bravo 4, Charlie Alpha, Air, Swiss Air 271.
So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features, but kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the video monitors.
Pushback has started, so we're going to go ahead and get engine number 2 started.
Welcome aboard, and thanks for flying with Delta. Our first priority on every flight is safety. So before we depart, I'll be giving a brief safety presentation. Okay, be sure
once we've reached 25%, we can go ahead and wait for motoring to turn off, and once motoring has turned off, we'll go ahead and introduce the fuel.
And ensure all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas are clear. Delta now allows U.S. domestic passengers to use handheld devices like tablets and cell phones on board at any time, as long as all cellular functions are disabled. Larger electronic devices like laptops should be turned off and stowed until we're airborne.
And the Princess rode off into the sunset. The end.
Please note some electronic devices may not be used in flight at any time.
Alright, motoring has turned off, so we're going to go ahead and introduce the fuel.
In the in-flight information section of Sky Magazine. This plane features Wi-Fi, and internet access will be available while we're above 10,000 feet. If you're seated at an emergency exit, please review the responsibilities for emergency exit seating on the back of the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
Are you willing and able to assist with the operation of the exit departure ferry?
No.
If you're unable to perform these functions, please let us know.
Alright, now that we have one good engine, we're going to go ahead and get engine number 1 over to ground. And once again, we'll wait for that N1 to rise to 25%, and once motoring has gone away, we'll go ahead and introduce the fuel to engine number 1.
And adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. For everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers to comply with the posted placards and lighted information signs located throughout the cabin, in addition to any crew member instructions. Smoking is not allowed on any Delta flight, and federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke detector. There are 8 exits on this plane, 4 doors, 2 on each side, and 4 window exits over the wings. The forward doors have detachable slides that can be used for flotation. Life rafts are located in ceiling compartments at the front and center of the plane. All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if
Flaps
there's
will be
a
set
loss
to
of
5
power,
degrees today for
cabin
takeoff.
visibility is reduced. Lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit. Please take a moment to find the exits closest to you. And remember, they might be behind you. It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panels above your seat will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this happens, reach up and pull a mask towards you until the tube is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, slip the elastic strap over your head, and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Alright, in just a moment, we will go ahead and call for our
evacuation is also unlikely.
taxi clearance over to runway 06
Life
left.
vests are located under your seats in the economy cabin. If you're seated in the first class or business class cabin, life vests are either in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head. If your vest has one strap, wrap it around your waist and attach it to the buckle in front. If your vest has two straps, fasten the straps to the front of the vest and then adjust them loosely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom of the vest. Manually inflate
Montreal ground, Delta 384 ready for taxi to
You can
06
activate
left.
a light by pulling down on the tab in the front. But if your vest doesn't have a tab, the light will activate automatically in the water. If necessary, we'll distribute infant life vests or other flotation devices for children who weigh 35 pounds or less.
Taxi via
Also,
South Apron,
most
Delta
seat
384.
cushions can be used for flotation. Now, before we take off, be sure your seat is upright, your aisle armrests are lowered, your tray table is put away, and all carry-on items are properly stowed. As we come through the cabin for our final safety check, please let us know if you have any questions. And finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information card, which is in your seat
So for
pocket.
almost 2 months now, I have been using Say Intentions AI for my air traffic control. I have to say overall my experience has been really good. There are times where I'll be flying into an airport and the vectors they're giving me are not accurate, or maybe they'll have me landing on a different runway than what the real world winds are actually showcasing. However, one thing I really appreciate about Say Intentions is that they are continuously trying to improve their product. So if you are looking for some ATC that's not VATSIM, where you're talking to a live controller, but you still want that feel of ATC, and it just helps you get that immersion, like I really recommend using Say Intentions AI. It really does help with the overall immersion of you in your sim. But then also the fact that they continue to improve their product just tells me that it's only going to get better as time goes on. Hopefully more live audio recordings are going to be implemented into it. I think right now just, user base being a little lower than what they want it to be. It's that mix of pre-recorded audio with live audio recording. And sometimes that can throw you off a little bit, because if I'm taking off at a runway or landing at a runway, you may have a radio call come over to somebody else where what they're being told or what they're saying the ATC is not matching your current wind conditions, which I've kind of learned to just ignore that over time and just kind of focus on my flight. But I think over time, having all of your audio, whether it's with you and ATC or just audio you're hearing between other pilots and ATC, it's going to be important that it's all accurate to whatever your current weather conditions are. So again, though, can't say enough about like how much change I've seen just in the 2 months with the program, and so think about even a year from now, the amount of improvement that this AI ATC is going to have. And again, it's a great alternative for somebody who doesn't want to use VATSIM. VATSIM can be hard on frames. Talking to a real life controller, if you're not very comfortable with flight simming online, you don't want to get the feedback from a live person if you do make a mistake. It just overall does help with just making your overall sim experience very pleasurable. Montreal Tower, Delta 384, holding short, 06 left, ready for departure.
Delta 384, Montreal Tower, runway 06 left, wind 040 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Delta 384. We'll go with flaps 2. And we'll go with flaps number 1. And we'll go to flaps 10. Definitely a nice, smooth departure out of Montreal this morning. So as we make our way around this turn, we're going to be coming up on flight level 10,000 on our way to flight level 380 for cruise.
Contact departure on 134.15.
Departure on 134.15, Air Canada 5416.
Sunwing 97, contact departure on 118.9er.
Departure on 118.9er with Sunwing 97. 401, contact departure. Departure, Canada 401.
Crazy with your red striped lips. You will find Mother Lotto with the red hot kiss. Don't mean to impose or kill your buzz. I just wanna get your 10 toes in the Gulf. You can bring your friends and I'll bring mine. We can run the coastline, turn the beach into a track. All I wanna know is how you like that. When it's runways to raceways, airlines to highways, 4 lanes in a fast car, long way from a sky park. Taking off like a rocket, touching down like a plane. But we ain't talking about runways, no, we're talking about raceways. And you're making me crazy with your black santan. You will find Mother dancing to a steel drum band. The sun's getting low, the tide's rolling in, but you don't gotta worry about where you've been. I'm trying to be the one to get you gone. We can leave tonight and tomorrow, turn the beach into a track. All I wanna know is how you like that. When it's runways to raceways, airlines to highways, 4 lanes in a fast car, long way from a sky park. Taking off like a rocket, touching down like a plane. But we ain't talking about runways, no, we're talking about raceways. Crazy with your black santan. You will find Mother dancing to a steel drum band. The sun's getting low, the tide's rolling in, but you don't gotta worry about where you've been. I'm trying to be the one to get you gone. We can leave tonight and tomorrow, turn the beach into a track. All I wanna know is how you like that. When it's runways to raceways, airlines to highways, 4 lanes in a fast car, long way from a sky park. Taking off like a rocket, touching down like a plane. But we ain't talking about runways, no, we're talking about raceways.
Welcome back as we are now descending our way into Orlando. We are just about to cross over 18,000 feet and we'll be making our vectors into runway 35 right. Current conditions in Orlando for runway 35 right, we're looking at winds 14 to 15 miles per hour, gusting up to 18, so we are expecting now a crosswind into our arrival this morning. If you remember back at the gate, winds were calm, but now as we are on descent, winds have pretty much changed. However, our runway has not. So just goes to show you how winds, when you first get your flight plan, can definitely change on your way to your destination. However, skies are clear, visibility is at 10 miles, so we should have good visual of the runway making our way in.
4.4, Delta 384. Orlando approach, Delta 384, morning, descending to 15 pound in 1000 AM.
Delta 384, Orlando approach. Good morning, Orlando, altimeter 3004. Expect the RNAV, runway 35 right approach into Orlando.
Altimeter 3004, expecting the RNAV, runway 35 right approach into Orlando, Delta 384.
Direct the final approach 6 of low jump for 215 uniform. Negative, I'm done with you, 215 uniform.
Type 15 uniform, something went wrong on this end and I wasn't able to do the math on the vectoring approach. This has been reported as bug, but you'll need to get yourself to the approach fix. Type 15 uniform, contact Kissimmee Tower on 124.45.
So as we have now crossed into just above 10,000 feet, we're going to go ahead and get the cabin prepared for arrival. We're going to get our performance numbers all entered in, make sure we're configured for landing. Looks like we are going to be expecting a approach speed of 139 today.
Delta 538, continue present heading descend and maintain 2,500. Maintain present heading 2,500, descend to Delta 5. Delta 538, radar maintenance, vector on built in.
Turn left heading 085, descend and maintain 3,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for ILS, runway 35 right approach, Delta 9:59. Contact Orlando Tower.
All right, so you can see on our screen our flight path. We're just going to be passing the airport right now on our right, and we're going to be just vectoring south of the airport, and we'll loop back up and head back north into our runway of 35 right here in just a few minutes.
Delta 384, descend and maintain 5,000, turn left, heading 170 vectors for the RNAV runway 35 right approach.
Descend and maintain 5,000. Left heading 170 for vectors to the RNAV runway 35 right approach. Delta 384.
One nice feature in Say Intentions AI is the ability to have your co-pilot do the ATC comms for you. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll do the ATC comms on the ground on our initial origin airport, and then once I'm up in the air, it's my job as the captain to be flying the plane, and I let the co-pilot take on the comm responsibilities throughout the entire flight. And then once we're down on the ground, a lot of times I'll take back over. But a very nice feature for Say Intentions where you're able to have them take care of the comms, so you can just do your job of flying the plane and not have to worry about the comms. You can just listen and follow along.
Contact Orlando approach on 132.65.
You have to love the wing view visuals always coming into any city that you're flying into. Just always a great visual anytime you're flight simming.
Departure diamond 283 Alpha Papa is...
Alright, we are making our way down through flight level 5000 on our way onto the arrival path. We're landing on runway 35 right, and we are expecting a crosswind landing here of about 15 knots, gusting 18. So always a bit of an exciting landing when you get those crosswind landings.
Orlando approach, excuse me, Orlando departure.
Probably a flap set to 5 right now. We're going to go flaps 10.
Now, or do I need to stay below the Bravo show? Clear into the Bravo, climbing for 4,033 Alpha Papa, thank you.
Delta 384, turn left heading 165.
Left heading 165. Delta 384.
Delta 384, turn left heading 160.
Orlando approach, we're on the go around, we're too high, Frontier 4550.
Turning left heading 160, Delta 384.
Go ahead and ding the cabin to get ready for arrival. And get the flight attendant seated.
Contact Orlando Tower on 118.45.
118.45, American 2450. Good day.
American 2450, climb and maintain flight level 310.
310, American 2450.
Delta 384, proceed direct Air A, cleared for the RNAV runway 35 right approach.
Proceeding direct Air A. Cleared for the RNAV, runway 35 right approach.
There we can
Delta
see the
384.
runway out in front of us. Now we're just making our final turn to get in line with runway 35 right.
Delta 384, contact Orlando Tower on 118.45.
Confirm 17 left.
Switching to Orlando Tower on 118. 8.45. Delta 384. Orlando Tower, Delta 384. Morning. We're established on the RNAV approach for runway 35 right.
Delta 384, Orlando Tower, roger, continue approach runway 35 right, wind 060 at 9er, gusting 18.
Alright, we're going gear down.
JetBlue 527, contact departure.
Going to departure, JetBlue 527.
Skyhawk Charlie 41, contact departure on 119.4.
119.4, Charlie 41.
We have clear runway visual.
Over to departure, citation 517 Juliet Tango. On to Jet 5, Mike, contact departure.
Keeping an eye on our winds right here. We're also keeping an eye on our speed and our descent on down into the runway 35 right. Make sure we stay on path. My airplane.
November 310 Bravo Alpha with information Mike, request IFR clearance to Mike Yankee November. Clear to Nassau 10 Bravo Alpha, clear to Nassau via the D-Danny 3 departure, then is filed, climb and maintain 12-1-2000, expect flight level 41010 minutes after departure, departure on 119.4, squawk 5224. Bravo Alpha, clear the Nassau via the D-Danny 3 departure, then it's filed. Climb and maintain. contact ground on
Ladies and gentlemen,
121.8.
please remain seated with your seatbelts
Switching to
securely
ground
fastened
on
until the captain has
121.8.
parked the aircraft at the gate
Delta
and turned off
384.
the seatbelt sign. This will be your one and only indication that it's safe for you to get up and move about the cabin. Please be reminded to use caution when opening the overhead bins to prevent injuries.
Now that we have
articles
vacated
that
off
may
of
have
runway
shifted during
35
landing.
right to the left, we're now going to be
You may
taxiing
now
our
use
way
your
over
mobile
to the
phones
Delta
and
terminal.
other handheld electronic
Orlando ground,
devices while we
Delta
taxi to the gate.
384. Morning,
However,
cleared
your
runway
laptop computers
35
and larger
right, ready
electronics
to
must
taxi to
remain
the gate.
stowed. We invite you to visit delta.com for all your future travel needs, including
Delta
checking in
384,
for flights,
Orlando ground,
and
taxi to
back on
airside
the
4 gate 73 via November
We've been
3,
issuing our
November,
questions
Juliet,
regarding
Lima,
ground
Kilo, cross
transportation
runway
flights
17 right, then Hotel
For
1,
any other
Golf,
information,
Hotel
the Uniform
3.
Delta
Have a good
agent
day.
leading this flight will be more than happy to answer any questions you may
Airside
have.
4, gate
On
73.
behalf of Delta Sky
November
team,
3,
our global
November,
partners,
Juliet,
and especially our
Lima,
flight crew,
Kilo,
we'd like to thank
cross
you all for
17
flying
right,
with us. We've
then
enjoyed
Hotel
having you on
1,
board
Golf,
and look
Hotel
forward to
3,
the opportunity
Delta
to serve you once again.
384.
For you flight simmers out there, that was a minus 194 landing here with the MAX 8. Definitely going to take that during crosswind landings any day.
Orlando ground, Spirit Wings 2009 is ready to taxi. Orlando ground, Spirit Wings 2009, request.
Spirit Wings 2009, pushback and engine start approved, tail east.
I really do love flying into Orlando. One thing that I don't like about Orlando is the sheer size of this airport. Taxiing can be very long. It's almost like you're at Denver, where it's just, it seems like your trip from the gate or from the runway to the gate can be almost a couple miles. So we're going to be doing a little bit of editing here on the video just to get us to the gate a little bit faster.
Request our IFR clearance to Toronto this morning.
I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute.
WestJet 898 requests IFR clearance to Toronto.
And that brings flight number 3 in the Runways to Raceways series to a close. The arrival into Orlando definitely kept us on our toes, but we handled it well. With the runways behind us, the excitement now shifts to the raceways, because up next, we head south to the legendary Sebring International Raceway, a track known for endurance, speed, and history. Thanks for flying along with me today, and make sure to tune in for the race at one of the most iconic circuits in the world. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as there will be more content coming to the channel in the coming days. Thanks for watching.